Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Join me today in the kitchen because I'm going to make mushroom tacos. I had it in my mind to do this, and so I thought, well, why not? Let's make it happen. So come in the kitchen with me and see what we can do. I've never made them before, but there's a first time for everything. That's what they say. All right, come and join me and we'll have some fun. Hello, thanks for joining me today. We're going to make some mushroom tacos. I've never made them before, but I got this idea in my mind and I did a little research, so I wanted to see if I could make them and if they would be delicious. So let's give it a try. Before we do that, I got some spaghetti squash in my Misfits Market box this week, and you know what? I've never tried it, I've never used it, I've never cooked it. If you guys know anything about spaghetti squash, or you have some experience with it, would you please comment in the comment section below and let me know, because I honestly, I've never used it before. So let me know what you think, if you liked it. How did you make your spaghetti squash? Okay, but they're not going to go in the mushroom tacos today. I suppose they could, but they're not. Okay, so all I've got here is I've got a little bit of oil. I've got some of my pepper, mixed peppers with onions. I'm going to chop those up. They're frozen. I thought those would be good in there. And I've got a box of mushrooms. They're just 8 ounces of the white mushrooms. I don't know, what do you call them? Button mushrooms, whatever. I've got some of my taco seasoning here. You like my fancy label. And I've got some jarred minced garlic, and I'm going to put that in there, and that's all I can think of at the moment. So we'll see what happens. These have onion in them. I was going to chop up an onion, but I thought, well, I'm just going to use the onion that's in the mixed peppers. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we can do. All right. I just happened to think I got some organic red chard from my Misfits Market box, and so I think I'm going to incorporate a little bit of this in my mushroom tacos. So let's see what happens. Hey, it's nutritious. How bad can it be? All right. Okie doke. I rinsed the mushrooms and I just gave them a rough chop. Now, I checked a couple of different ways to do this online, and a lot of them for mushroom tacos just said grind them up. I don't want to grind them up. I want to see that they are actually mushrooms, and I want them to be more meaty. I'm not trying to replicate ground beef or some kind of ground meat. So I prefer them this way, realizing they will shrink up some and also they will release their water, which that's okay. I'm good with that. So right here, I'm chopping up the peppers and the onions, and I'm just actually just giving them a rough chop because I like to see them. I don't want them all ground up. I want to see the colors. I don't mind if I bite into a large piece of onion or a pepper. I'm good with that. So that's basically all I'm doing here. They're chopped well enough. I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start with just browning these, and I'm going to add some oil and garlic, and we're going to go from there. Aren't you excited? Okay. I've got all I've done here, I've just pulled out a couple of leaves from the red chard, and I'm just going to kind of cut them away from the stem a little bit and chop them up. I'm just using 2 of them because I've never used red chard. I've used the rainbow, I've used the Swiss chard before. I've never done this. I don't anticipate that there's much difference, but honestly, you never know. So it actually smells a little stronger. It smells more earthy and more, it smells more green. Does that make sense to you? So I'm going to chop this up here. And I anticipate that this will shrink up a little bit. This will go in towards the end, by the way. Let's get this going. I'm going to start with my, I'm going to start with my garlic. All I did, I think, I don't know, might have a couple of tablespoons in there. I really don't know. So I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the garlic. Turn this down a little bit. I don't want it to get... I'm just stirring that up in there just to give it a chance to infuse the oil a little bit. Oh, smells garlicky. And then I'm going to add my peppers and onions. Now, you know what? I don't know about quantities. You just do whatever you think. Keep in mind the vegetables are going to shrink a little bit. The mushrooms definitely will shrink. And of course, the chard will shrink. And you know what? You don't have to put those greens in there. If you don't want to put the greens in, don't. You could, but you can use other greens. You can use spinach or things like that if you want to. Why not? It does add a little bit of nutrition. Isn't that good? In goes the mushrooms. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me now? So we're going to cook these down. And I'm not going to add any salt. The reason being, I think I'm going to add a teaspoon or 2 of soy sauce. That's going to be my salt, and it's also going to bring a nice color to my mushroom tacos. Okay, we're going to cook these down and we're going to be back. Okay, I've decided I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cumin, or do they say cumin? I don't know. Potato, I don't know. Just till I can smell it. And I can smell it. So, and you might have to adjust your heat frequently, I'm thinking, because, you know, but a little caramelization is awfully nice. Now, I'm going to put just a little bit of soy sauce in here. And you know, the soy sauce, I'm going to use that instead of salt. And that will kind of sticky it up a little bit, I think, which is nice. It'll add to the caramelization of it. They're looking really, really good. I'm happy so far. I'm going to taste just this little bit of... I think a little more soy is in order. Do that. Let's see what that looks like. Can you see that? Pretty good? Awesome. Now I'm going to put my greens in there. I'm going to put the red chard in. A lot of good iron in this chard. I'm going to get that incorporated. I'm going to let that cook down a little bit. You notice I'm not putting a lid on this. I really don't see any reason to. I got some chard on my fingers. Now I'm going to put in my taco seasoning. And my taco seasoning I'm trying to remember if I made this with salt or not. I don't remember. I don't think I did. You think I should, good. So good. You think I should put some red pepper flakes in here? I think maybe I need a little more seasoning of the Seasoning de Taco. And let's do a little crushed red pepper flakes, just a little bit. Now when I eat tacos, I always like to put jalapenos on them. Sometimes I eat cheese, sometimes I don't. I might eat cheese on these, I might, I don't know. Then again, maybe not, because sometimes I just don't. If we keep them vegan, which is what they're turning out to be, I will simply no cheese, have no cheese. You know what? I remembered that I had some sun-dried tomatoes. I get these from Dollar Tree. They're really good. And I just put them in some oil, keep them in the fridge sometimes, especially after they're opened. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop a few of these up, and I think I'm going to add them to it, just for the fun of it. I probably could have done it earlier, but I didn't. I just now thought of it. You can see this is a make as you go. Now, if I do this again, I will add less oil. I think I have too much oil in there, but I guess I got heavy-handed. And I don't mind if these sun-dried tomatoes keep a little bit of their chewiness. I think that's good. All right, my mushroom tacos are done, and I have to say they look delicious. And they taste really good. And they're meaty. In other words, they've got some chew to them, which is what I really like. So you can see from this amount about how much you would need. You could double it, triple it, however you want to do it. So you can see how easy these are to make. I'm very happy with them, and I will definitely make these again. So let's get you over here, and you can see I'm going to assemble this taco. I am a hard shell taco person, so I'm going to use my hard shell tacos. I mean my hard shell tortilla, because I love them. I like the crunch of them. Now, there you go. I think that's plenty. And you know what? All this is some bag lettuce with some cabbage that I had left over. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to use that. I'm not going to do the cheese. But you can do the cheese if you want to. You can do whatever you like. It's your tacos. And I have some jalapenos here. I'm going to put a few of those on because I'm a spicy kind of girl. There you go. And I love salsa verde, which is the green salsa. I have some left in this jar here. I got this at Dollar General. Isn't that a cute jar? All right. So I'm going to pour a little bit of that on. And I'm going to give these a taste in all of their gloriousness. Okay. What do you think? Let's give it a try, shall we? Are you ready for the crunch? Wow. Okay, those are good. It's nice and meaty. I don't think I would get that meatiness. I don't think I would get that meatiness if I ground up the mushrooms. I just really don't think I would. So, I'm liking it. I better have another bite. These are awesome. I have come to the conclusion over the years, you can turn just about anything into a taco. Really anything. These are so good, so delicious, and I am glad that I put the sun-dried tomatoes in there. And you know what? Honestly, the greens, the red chard, it doesn't really add anything that's overt, and it does not take away anything. It doesn't overpower anything. They're just there. So for that little bit of nutrition, for that extra iron that you get in there, why not? Why not use them? Because they're not going to overpower your mushroom tacos. Another thing I think you could put in here is put some black beans for some extra protein if you want to. Like I said, I'm just trying to ramp up my nutrition, and so I think this is a good way to do it, and so I just thought I'd give it a try. So listen, and you were here, this is the first time I've done this, so please, please, please give it a try. I think you will really, really like it. I love you guys, you know I do. I really do, and I'm so thankful that you are here with me. Every time you show up, it's a thrill for me. I really do appreciate it. Listen, like, subscribe, and share, because everybody needs to know how to do this stuff. And as always, and you know, I believe this from the bottom of my heart, that little is much when God is in it. All right, listen, I love ya, and I will see you next time here at Simple Food, Simple Life. Bye. Love ya.